Hello, friends. Welcome to Walter Limited. I'm James. Thanks for being here today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal. There's something that's been on my mind a lot this week, and really, I think needs to be called out there because we can do better. There are a lot of people that like to collect these. They are the clone or other Star Wars minifigures, and I'm sure it has happened with some other IPs, but Star Wars is by far the worst. These supposed prototype figs that, let's all be honest, it's not a prototype. I'm not going to show the name of the store because I don't know how this person received these figures. And, I would hate to call somebody out individually and be wrong about how they got them. But let's be honest, we all know that these are not prototype minifigures. Like, come on. Like, Darth Vader, glow in the dark, really? Come on. The Wookiee in dark brown, like, okay, I could almost believe that one is an actual prototype. But based on what it's surrounded with, I got a real hard time believing that. And the worst part is people in the Lego community know where these are coming from. Know where they're coming from. And I'm just showing eBay right now, one store and a handful of listings before that. But they're all over Whatnot. They used to be all over Bricklink until Lego bought Bricklink and shut it down there. And people had to go elsewhere to exchange these goods, these stolen goods. Let's call it what it is. So I went looking around to get the actual legal definition of what we're talking about here. Because if you're involved in this, you're involved in criminal activity. So I'm on the website of the firm Stephen G. Rodriguez and Partners. They're in California, but honestly, the rules on this are pretty similar across the US and really across most of the Western world. I haven't ever dug into copyright and property law outside of Europe and North America, but it's pretty similar. Looking at this, the definition: offense, as a noun, refers to a person who receives or deals in stolen goods. Fence, as a verb, means to sell stolen goods to a fence. A fence will pay below market price for the stolen goods and then attempt to resell them and make a large profit. California Penal Code, Section 496, and remember, it is pretty similar across the board. This crime of fencing property or being involved in it: buying, receiving, selling, aiding in selling, concealing, withholding stolen or extorted property, and knowing it to be stolen. And, it goes on further in this page and talks about what it means to know and what it means to receive and legally defining those. I've heard a bunch of people say that this is morally ambiguous. I've heard a bunch of people say that, well, it's kind of a gray area. It's not. The sellers know where this is coming from. And for the most part, the buyers, especially the bigger collector buyers, know exactly where these are coming from. This isn't like a prototype brick that was given to somebody by a designer, whatever, from the Lego group as a souvenir. This is people stealing goods, primarily, from what I understand, from the Mexico factory, and then people on Whatnot or eBay or other selling platforms knowingly buying stolen goods to sell on for their profit. We can do better as a community. Similarly, I don't think most of the ripped open collectible minifig boxes and bags before that, because frankly, it was happening before people just like to point at the boxes. I'm pretty sure most of that is not done by little kids. Most of that is done by teens and adults who know better. And I've seen in a bunch of different chats that I've been in on streams and things, people say, well, yeah, I don't care. I'm sticking it to the Lego company. You recognize that you're sticking it to yourself, right? Every time that something is stolen, the company incurs a loss. And that loss directly contributes to a reduction in profit. That reduction in profit contributes to an increase in prices. So, all you Star Wars fans who talk about how it's so expensive, but then also buy these stolen goods or fence these stolen goods, it's on you. If the people stealing the goods in the Mexican factory did not have people to sell them to who are willing to buy hundreds of stolen figures at a time and sell them on, there'd be no profit in stealing them. And AFOLs who are buying these, it's wrong. You know these are stolen. You know it. It may not have been that way 5 years ago or whatever when the volume was way lower and they were just kind of trickling out. But at this point, you know. And so, yeah, you bigger creators, you bigger content creators who know this is the case, but continue to hype them up and continue to collect them and continue to advertise stolen goods as cool, you're contributing to the problem, and you're one of the reasons that Lego prices are going up. I know I may get a lot of hate for this, but criminal activity is criminal activity, and it's not morally ambiguous. It's not a gray area. If you know something's stolen and you're buying it to resell, or if you know that it's stolen and you're buying it and hyping it up as cool and collecting it and showing it to people how cool it is, knowing that it's stolen, you're involved in criminal activity. That's all there is to it. Lego community, we can do better. We're better than this. Be better than this. And quit defending it. Even if you don't buy them, quit defending it. It's not a gray area. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.